Good morning and happy Passover, happy Pesach to everyone. It's very interesting that we greet each other with the expression happy Passover or happy Pesach. Because if you look into the Torah does not refer to this holiday as the holiday of Pesach, the holiday of Passover. Time and again, the Torah refers to this holiday as Chag HaMatzot, the holiday of the matzah. And so the question is, why have Jews adopted the name, the holiday of Passover, Pesach, when the Torah refers to it as the holiday of matzah? Yet no one ever says, have a happy matzah, or what are you doing for matzos? They say, what are you doing for Pesach or for Passover? So the Kedushas Levi, actually a 1700 rabbi, he lived in the 1700s in Ukraine, in the city of Berditchev, and tragically his city is now bombed out, all the Jews have fled, and his grave is laying there. But a very holy rabbi, Rabbi Levi Yitzchak of Berditchev, said the following interpretation. He says, when you have a good marriage, what you see is that each one, the husband and the wife, are always extolling each other's virtues, are always praising one another, are always shining the spotlight on one another with gratitude, appreciation, love, and affection. And he said, Passover is the beginning of the relationship between God and the Jewish people. Our rabbis refer to it as a marriage. The prophets refer to it as a marriage, that God chose us from all nations, took us out of Egypt to Mount Sinai to become his beloved nation, like a man chooses a wife. And he says, therefore, just like in a loving marriage, each spouse extols the virtues of the other. In this holiday, we express our love and affection for each other. God says this is the holiday of matzah, the holiday of matzot, because this is the holiday the Jewish people observe the commandments of only eating matzah and obliterating all chametz, even the smallest speck of leavened bread from their home. And therefore he acknowledges their devotion to him. We, on the other hand, say, no, it's the holiday of Passover. You, God, rescued us, redeemed us. You brought 10 plagues on Egypt and passed over the Jewish homes when you took us out of Egypt to spare us in the final plague of the killing of the firstborn. And so we each choose a name that reflects our love and appreciation for each other. There's actually a story of Rabbi Levi Yitzchak of Berditchev that one year right before Passover began, just a few hours before the holiday, he called some Jews into his office in the city of Berditchev, and he said, do me a favor, I need some bread from a Jewish home. They said, Rabbi, there is no bread in a Jewish home. All Jews have already searched and burnt their chametz. He said, I'll pay a lot of money if you could just get me a few crumbs. They said, Rabbi, no one even has a crumb of chametz left in their house. And then he said, okay, you can leave. And then he called some Russian, Ukrainian mafia people who worked on the black market, and he said, listen, I'll pay a lot of money if you could get me some illegal substances like alcohol, tobacco, contraband. And they said, sure, Rabbi, just tell us how much you need. If you could pay the price, we'll get you whatever you need. And then he said, okay, you can go. And then he turned to God in prayer, and he said, God, look at the Jewish people. He said, the Russian army has police officers and armies and prisons and torture chambers, yet they cannot enforce their laws. Anything illegal that I want to get, I can get. He says, but you, God, don't have an army, don't have a police force, don't have prisons and jails. All you have is a Torah. And in your Torah, you wrote a verse. 7 days, no bread should be found in a Jewish home, only matzah shall be eaten. And in the entire city of Berditchev, not a drop of chametz can be found. This is the meaning of the name Passover and the name matzot. May our relationship with God always be one, that God is proud of us, and we are appreciative and grateful and feel nothing but love and admiration towards God. Have a wonderful Chag.